Hey, what's up guys? Chief Pat here, and today bringing you guys a brand new Clash Royale video. And today we're going to be playing a brand new Elite Barbarian deck on my main Chief Pat account. And guys, Elite Barbarians are ridiculous. What might have been the worst card in the game before the update came out is now one of the strongest. They're so strong. So let's go ahead and play the Elite Barbarians inside of a Hog Rider and Ice Spirit deck, along with a couple of other cards that I've been using in a lot of my other decks, the Tombstone, the Archers, and the Mega Minion, as well as the Fireball, which is pretty interesting. And the Elite Barbarians just do so much damage. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of battles using them, show you how to play them, and hopefully you guys can have success with them as well. Like I said in another video, since they are a common card, they're very easy to level up, so you guys can level these up. Similar to the Royal Giant, they're probably going to be really annoying when they get over leveled, but that's just sort of what it is right now. But take a look at the Elite Barbarians in the left-hand lane. I dropped Elite Barbarians because I knew he invested way too much in the right-hand lane, and the Elite Barbarians by themselves, plus I guess an Archer shot or two, are going to take out the tower and give me the very first tower of the game in a single push. Just the fact that they're so quick, they do so much damage now, makes it ridiculously difficult for your opponents to defend against, unless they have something like a skeleton army or something that can distract them. The Elite Barbarians just do so much damage, and I showed you that right there with the very first tower of the game. Now, meanwhile, on defense, we have some really broken cards like the Ice Golem, the Ice Spirit, just cards that are so ridiculously strong, stopping this 9 elixir push in its tracks. He does have the poison spell, but honestly, that's not going to be able to do too much right there. And with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the battle, we are looking so good, and we can get ready for another Elite Barbarian push to try to take out this second tower. Now, it's really difficult to play the Elite Barbarians first, though, and that's probably one of the only weaknesses to it. Since they're so fast, you really want to get them some follow-up in order to make them effective. So instead, I'm going to play them on defense against his 5 elixir giant. So just like that, we made a positive elixir trade. Now we have the Elite Barbarians running down the lane with the Ice Golem, and we can drop our Hog Rider as well to make our way to the tower and start knocking this tower down. So the tower is going to go down to 1500. Ice Spirit's going to stop that bomber to give my Hog Rider just a little bit more time. The tower will go all the way down to 0, and 2 pushes equals 2 crowns. And this game is already over, and we haven't even hit double elixir yet. That's the thing about the deck. It can take out towers in a single push, similar to the Lava Hound, similar to Golem decks. These are my favorite types of decks when it's not chip damage. It's more of just like a destroy the tower in a single push type of damage, and that's what the Elite Barbarians can do. And let's go ahead and try to finish off the game towards the very top. So Elite Barbarians have gone down. The log just barely missed them as they run towards the tower, and now we have double Elite Barbarians, a Hog Rider, and some Archers, and this game is over. 3 pushes, 3 crowns, and that is all she wrote for that battle right there. Ridiculously strong, the Elite Barbarians, and they work in a bunch of different types of decks. This is a more standard deck. Of course, the Fireball is a card I don't use a lot. I use the Lightning Spell instead, but since the Elite Barbarians are so expensive, I thought I would use the Fireball instead of the Lightning Spell. And let's go ahead and get ready with our Archers right now and to start off game number 2 using this deck. Now, they're also a really great counter push card. I mean, of course, I'm telling you guys all these pros about the Elite Barbarians, and it's really funny because when you think about the video Nick and I did together, they were without a doubt like the worst card in the game, but the buff that they got is just so good. And take a look at that precision Fireball. I knocked the Witch forward with the Fireball by aiming the Fireball to where the Witch was on the bottom of where it was going to hit, and that let my Archer go forward and snipe her down, resulting in a pretty nice little trade right there. Our Ice Spirit will help out against the Giant and these minions right here. I actually didn't need to drop the Archers, which is a little bit disappointing, but still, he's going to have to respond to those, and a not too shabby of a start to the game. But like I was saying, Elite Barbarians are so strong when you counter push with them. That's one of their best things to do. You can counter push with the Elite Barbarians, so you can knock out their Giant, you can knock out their Royal Giant, you can knock out their Golem, you can knock out whatever, and it works out really well. And again, I didn't actually have to drop the Elite Barbarians right there. I was going to kill that Miner anyways in the Lumberjack, so another waste of the Elite Barbarians. Or I guess another waste of a card, but at least they're going to kill the Witch. And that's a 6 elixir for 5 elixir trade right there. All right, so not the best game so far. We haven't made the best trades, but still things are okay. We have the Hog Rider, which is great at getting to the tower, so I can use that plus an Ice Golem to make my way down that right-hand lane. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. At this point in the last game, I think we had already taken out like 2 of the towers. And let's go ahead and drop our Fireball, and that's going to take out the minions. We've got the Ice Spirit helping out against his Elite Barbarians, and this is a tough decision. I could play my Archers right here, or my Tombstone, but instead I'm going to take this Elite Barbarian damage, and even though they have 20% HP left, they're still going to do 800 damage on our right-hand tower. 20% HP, and they did 800 damage by themselves. That is just silly stupid. And let's go ahead and head into double elixir. and to see if we can end up winning this game. All right, so splitting the archers, we're going to go ahead and use the Mega Minion as well. We get the Tombstone on defense, just setting up for his Lumberjack and Giant push, and as soon as he invests way too much elixir down that lane, let's go ahead and go for another Hog Rider push down the left-hand lane. So things are looking good. Fireball onto the minions as well as onto the tower. Things are looking great. We've got the archers onto the Giant. His Witch, honestly, isn't going to do that much, so I'm not too worried about her. And take a look at that left-hand tower. The tower is going to go all the way down to 206, and with the Ice Golem doing work right there, and the fact that he's not able to break through to our right-hand tower, this game looks like it could be over unless he finishes me off with the next push, but he's going to go for the left-hand lane. Why would he switch to the left when he hasn't taken out that right-hand lane, and I still have my Fireball to kill off that left-hand tower? So one final defensive push. The Elite Barbarians, the name of the game, they're going to be destroying that Lumberjack plus Giant push right there. Fireball is going to finish it off, and that's going to be good game well played against Reborn Gamer. So solid stuff. That was obviously a little bit more difficult than the first battle we got into, but we're still going to pull off the win no matter what. 1 crown to 0, and the Elite Barbarians were an awesome use defensively in that battle, and they paid off big dividends. So let's get into battle number 3. All right, so facing off against Farzad, we have a couple of options of what we can play first with this deck. I don't recommend playing the Elite Barbarians first unless your opponent does like some sort of high elixir push. So if they drop the Golem or the Lava Hound, or let's say like a Giant behind their King Tower or something like that, you can always use the Elite Barbarians in the other lane. And take a look at this guy. He's going to be using the X-Bow. So this is definitely going to be an interesting one right here. Let's go ahead and Fireball down the X-Bow as well as the Ice Wizard and that Minion. And that's going to be not the best start to the game, but as long as we didn't take any damage right there, we're still okay. So at least we know he has the X-Bow, and we do have the Elite Barbarians, which are a great counter to the X-Bow. It seems like they counter absolutely everything except for Skeleton Army and stuff like that. And now let's go ahead and hang out, see what our opponent's going to do, but we can probably just reset with the Tombstone again and split our archers in the back as well. All right, so he's going to play his Musketeer right there, and I'm guessing he's setting up for another X-Bow in this right-hand lane. We do have the Fireball, which gives us some awesome value, and he's got the Ice Wizard, he's got the Musketeers right there, and we can go for a nice little push right here. And take a look at this. Elite Barbarians down the left-hand lane. We've got the Mega Minion and Archer cleaning up on the right. The Elite Barbarians are going to sprint to the tower, and they're actually going to make it all the way there. The Elite Barbarians are going to smack that tower down. One more hit, taking it down to 77 HP right there, and that's going to be basically the first tower of the game going down due to the fact that we used a counter push to take that tower down. So as soon as I knew that he invested way too much down that left-hand lane, or down the right-hand lane, I went ahead and just countered with a little push with the Elite Barbarians, and they're such a strong counter-pushing card that he stood absolutely no chance. He's going to throw out the Cry Face because the Rage Spell was wasted, and this game is looking so good for us. We know how to deal with his X-Bow, and that's really the only win condition with his deck. I don't think, yeah, he actually hasn't even touched any of our towers yet, which is my favorite thing to do inside of Clash Royale. And let's go ahead and set back up with our Tombstone. There goes the Ice Wizard, and at this point, he knows we're going down the right-hand lane. There's no point in hiding that whatsoever. Let's go ahead and play our Ice Spirit. There goes the X-Bow again, and we're going to let the X-Bow target onto our Tombstone right there, but take a look at that Fireball. Fireball does so much damage, gets so much value right there. And as his X-Bow locks onto my Ice Golems, it's going to take forever for him to charge through. Even with the Rage Spell, it's not really going to be able to do that much. And with 35 seconds left in the battle, I'm tempted to drop my Fireball, but I know there's absolutely no point in doing it. There's just no reason to do it. I might as well just hang out and do my thing. Down the left-hand lane with the Tombstone right there. I'm going to drop my Elite Barbarians onto his Musketeer. I've got the Mega Minion cleaning up his Miner right there. My Ice Spirit's going to get sucked up in the Tornado before eventually making its way to the minions. But this game is over. No point of even attacking this right-hand lane. The game is done. Fireball down that left-hand tower, and that's going to be good game well played against the Siege deck. So a couple different battles here to show you guys the strengths and weaknesses of the deck. In general, you can use it against almost any meta deck. One of the decks I struggle with the Elite Barbarians is actually the Royal Giant deck with the Furnace, just because it's so hard when they have a big clump of troops together. It's really hard to take that Royal Giant out, even though you'd think the Elite Barbarians would be good against the Royal Giant. If they have like a Mega Minion, a Musketeer, all of those units to back up the Royal GG, it's really tough to deal with. And let's go ahead and get into this next battle here and see if I can show you guys an example of that. All right, so splitting up the archers, he's going to split up barbarians. Interesting start. A lot of people don't split barbarians off the very beginning, but honestly, it's not all that bad of a play because they will kill my archers eventually. So I'm going to split my Elite Barbarians. There goes his Musketeer, but one of my Elite Barbarians on the right-hand lane just shoved my archer. Okay, that was really rude on that right-hand lane. And here goes a push down the left, though. We've got the Elite Barbarian getting one hit on the tower. We've got the Hog Rider. We've got the archer killing the minions. All in all, a very nice push for 900 or 1100 damage. And we've we've taken a decent little lead right here going into the rest of the battle. So only 45 seconds in, and that tower's down to 1477. Obviously, without a lot of direct damage, only the fireball inside of our deck. We don't want to do anything too crazy, and he's going to set up with a furnace. So he could be running the Royal Giant. We could be facing the deck that I was telling you guys is annoying to play against with the Elite Barbarians. So let's go ahead and try our best. And as we play our Tombstone, it's going to counter the Furnace for just a bit, but not too long though. And we're going to go ahead and set up with the archers in the back. He's got his Musketeer, and we should be able to fireball down the Musketeer and the Furnace right here to get some pretty good value. So fireball is going to go down. That's going to shove his Musketeer forward, which is perfect because then our archer will kill it with that one little archer shot right there. And now we're just going to go ahead and keep climbing our way through. And there's the Royal Giant. All right, so we knew the Royal Giant was coming. There it is right there. Luckily, we have the Mega Minion doing work. I'll drop my Ice Golem to stop the Barbarians, but look at the Hog Rider. The Hog Rider is simply unchecked because he spent so much elixir on that push down the right-hand lane. That tower is going to go down, giving us 1 crown right here, and at this point, we just have to play defense to be able to finish this game off, which obviously is easier said than done when you're going against this Royal Giant over and over again, but with 1 minute and 6 seconds left, we're about to get into double elixir, and this is where things will probably get a little bit crazy. So archers, really my only counter right now to the Furnace, so I'm going to go ahead and play those. Check out this fireball. You can call it prediction, you can call it luck. I don't really care. It worked out perfectly and hit the Musketeer as well as the Furnace. Here comes a big group of Barbarians, which means here is the Royal Giant, and that Musketeer is so annoying in the back because it only has like 1 HP left, but luckily with my Ice Golem exploding, that's going to go ahead and kill her. I've got my Mega Minion killing the minions. I've got my Elite Barbarian smacking the Royal Giant, and at 33 seconds left, he's slowly chipping down our tower, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time. We can just keep fireballing him down over and over again. Ice Golem to tank the King Tower, just trying to make him waste as much elixir as possible for this remaining seconds to where he's only going to have 1 more Royal Giant push left in him. With 18 seconds left on the clock, there's the Royal Giant. He was forced to play it. I'm going to play my Elite Barbarians. Mega Minion's going to die to the Musketeer, and with 9 seconds left, luckily our Skeletons and Elite Barbarians are going to be able to knock that Royal Giant down, and 800 HP will be all we need to pick up the victory for this game. So good game to Lucas. You can see how it's sort of a struggle against the Royal Giant decks, but luckily we were able to take him out for 1 crown to 0 and not have to go to overtime. And yeah, that is it for this deck. It's so much fun to play, guys. You can use the Elite Barbarians in any sort of deck, but if you want to try this one, it has the Elite Barbarians. We've got the Ice Spirit, Hog Rider, Ice Golem, Tombstone, Mega Minion, Archers, and Fireball. A lot of meta cards inside of it that you guys can play with. And yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Elite Barbarians in the comment section below. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Or do you think they're crazy OP? I'd love to hear what you guys think. And that is going to do it for this video. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.